I'm excited because we have celebrity special guest.
Yes, we do.
Miss Omega. He has proclaimed himself as the king of Hoodbridge.
And he is.
Hoodbridge, Virginia. Love him. It's a play on words of his hometown of Woodbridge, Virginia. He is not just trying to claim what's immediately around him. He is also confidently proclaiming himself as the king of Virginia. I want everybody to put their hands together for Miss Omega.
He's going to give us the 411.
I'm in the middle. How y'all doing?
Hey!
Awesome. Come on over.
Always good to see y'all ladies.
Yes.
I'm very, very excited. Do you love our topic?
You ready for the holidays?
Group hug. Oh,
Ready for holidays?
yes.
Of course, I'm alive
Hey.
and blessed.
Love Thanksgiving.
Love it,
Good
love it,
food.
love it. We are talking about the dark side of hip hop. We had just discussed the fact that people just kind of look at us, look at hip hop, drugs, right? You just going,
Drugs and more
I'm
drugs.
about to say, you real tall the way you was going. Yeah. Drugs and
Go live.
drugs and
Conspiracy.
drinking. The perception of most is that, hey, look at me, I'm a rapper, therefore I want to engage in criminal activity. That'll make me look cool, going to the pen, right? So when brothers hear messages of, I'm in love with the cocoa, which I really thought was, never mind, not the point. It makes them want to go out and sling poison to young black boys and even their own family members. This is all by design. I know you know this. The system to incarcerate as many brothers as possible to continue to make money off their free labor. What do you think? It's right. That's the truth.
It is to a certain degree, to a lot of degrees. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to maneuver.
You know how to maneuver your drugs?
No, just yourself in the hip hop industry. Like, I mean, the hip hop industry does bring people to that. Like, but some people did that before the hip hop industry, before they got in the hip hop industry. So that kind of like they told a story and then made people who came in the hip hop industry want to follow these stories while portray this. And it's not really a lot for real. For a lot of dudes, it's fun. But like the Tekashi kid that's in trouble right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's in trouble right now because I mean he wasn't built. He's not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's not the guy.
Nah, he's not the guy he raps like, but you got people behind you, you don't have the right people around you, and then, of course, the image that they want us to portray is that. So everybody feels like, well, if I do that the best, then I'm going to shine the most. And then that takes, like, barking at people, sometimes the wrong people, and then
Right.
incidents happen, people losing their life. It's unfortunate, but, like I tell people, it's just a shame that it's only in hip-hop. But I feel like you said, they designed it to be that way, in my opinion.
Right. So like I was right.
Yeah. I can't say 100% because I am a hip hop artist, and there's different designs in the hip hop industry. But the biggest design is what you're speaking of, as far as using the drugs and the violence to promote the music more and like kind of put it back into the community. Like, yeah. I mean, music plays with different frequencies in people's bodies, and it makes people feel a certain way. I've actually seen it with my own eyes.
Right.
You know?
Right. So did they make it? Did they use these words and stuff like that for people like myself? Because I did not know what cocoa meant. Because I like cocoa, like everybody else.
Word.
So they do these kind of words to design about drugs that we have. Older people, I'm not that old, but I had no idea what that meant. You know what cocoa means?
Yeah.
I know now, after looking stupid. Wow.
What y'all call it?
You thought it was hot chocolate?
The only reason I heard, I thought it was,
cereal.
he's in love with the cocoa. I thought, wait, we got a little,
Hot chocolate. That's right.
I did. But I was like, oh, it's a special cocoa he's in love with. I like,
It
could have
is
been a
special
girl.
cocoa. And it is a girl.
It is a girl. That's right.
She makes
right. That's right.
Okay. JV, I mean,
Okay.
what do you?
No coffee, no. What, dark coffee, no cream, no sugar. Is that what it is? No. Okay, great.
Okay, JV.
So in my opinion, I just think a lot of times I think it's cool they want to belong. They want to, you know, I think that's how a lot of people, for me, I think that's how a lot of them get caught up. You know, it's cool, I hate to say it, but when everybody else is doing coke, then they do coke. Everybody else is doing whatever, then you're going to sit there and look like, you know.
Drugs have trends.
You're
like
going to,
clothes.
yeah.
Drugs have trends like what?
Clothes.
Really?
Yeah, some drugs go out of style. Well, some drugs never go out of style. I mean, yeah, like you didn't used to know what Molly was.
I thought Molly was a.
Was a
A
girl.
girl.
Of course you did.
They're all girls.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Jane is a girl.
I really thought Mary Jane was a Mary.
All these years you ain't got it yet?
I did not know. I know
all
now.
these songs, all these
I did not
those
know.
is good artists. I mean, they just
Yeah, I
good
did.
metaphors.
I'm in love with Mary Jane. I was like, oh, that's so cute. With Mary Jane, his girlfriend. Or...
That's my lady.
Yeah. That's a whole lot of people's lady. Yeah.
We share it equally.
Exactly.
No
And then, what's
discrimination.
your man, the one that, God, the one he's still strung out. What's his name?
No, are you talking about Alexander O'Neal, my
No,
favorite man
no,
of
no.
life?
No, I'm talking
'Cause he
about,
look-
what's the guy that you're thinking about having on the festival?
In Richmond.
Yeah, I can't
Who?
think of his name right now.
Who?
Brown Sugar. Is it Brown Sugar, babe? I get high off your love.
You mean the one that was naked with the little teeny body? He was
Yeah,
naked on the
what's his
video.
name? What's his?
Oh,
Can't think of the name right now.
Brown Sugar, babe.
D'Angelo.
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 No, he got fat. He's not on drugs. He's
Oh, he's
fat.
not?
No, I love you, D'Angelo. Come on the show.
Because you're fat, that means you're not on drugs. When did you come up with that synopsis?
Well, I thought you lose. That's why I ain't on drugs.
Okay, great.
That is why I'm not on drugs.
Okay, all right.
But I don't understand the. I don't understand the. I just don't. I'm not doing drugs. I'm sorry.
And it's
I mean, for me-
but you're not a hip hop artist anyway.
I was a hip hop artist.
Oh, you
So
were?
yes, and I wasn't about drugs. Well, Lenny Bias died, so I was mad.
So you went
after
to
that.
drugs, so
That's
you
a
had
whole
to get out
other-
of business. Is that what happened?
No, nobody did drugs.
In your circle. Gotcha. Okay. But at the end of the day, for me, really, I think it's kind of like cool. I mean, I've just seen situations where a lot of them don't want to seem like a punk or whatever if they're not doing it. And I think that's how a lot of people
I
probably do get caught
don't
up.
mind you calling me a punk. Don't ain't doing no drugs.
I would say 50-50 because, I mean, some drugs feel good to them.
But you don't know till you try it, though. And so
Other
you,
people feel good.
so you try it just to be cool, and then you
It
say,
ain't
I
always just to be
like
cool.
it.
Curiosity don't always have to equal to being cool. We're just
Well,
curious.
that's too, just curious.
Curiosity
Just
killed the
curious.
cat
Yeah,
from a drug overdose.
that's not
Sometimes
fun.
people just curious. A lot of times, it's like I said, it's not always somebody wanting to be cool. It could be a factor like just like really people get hypnotized by music. Me being an artist, I know for a fact. Like I've been on stage and I've changed people's emotions. It's all for what comes out of my mouth. That's why I kind of changed how I was doing my music because I used to get the club turned up.
You still do, don't you?
Yeah, but not like I used to. Like, I used to
Getting
get
older?
extra hype,
Getting older.
cooler.
You cool. You're cooler.
Yeah,
Okay.
more cooler.
So they wouldn't even need the drugs if they listen to your music. They just get turned up from.
I can't be a hypocrite, you know what I'm saying? So I say to each is their own. I say everything in moderation.
Yeah,
And I say be careful of what you do and research what you put in your body. Like, I mean,
Well, shit, then we wouldn't eat then.
So
would
if
we?
it's organic, then it's okay.
Oh,
I mean,
come
it
on,
depends.
JB. Not the organic speech.
I'm just saying, you know, everything.
You already got
I
me
don't
buying
consider, you know, you got drugs
$4.95
and you got,
sugar.
like, hard
Don't
drugs.
try. You tried it. Hard drugs. What are the hard drugs? Do you know? I don't know.
So look, hip hop, in my opinion, most of the time says that men are supposed to sleep with everything that approaches them within 100 feet. When
Yep.
brothers hear messages like, I want to sleep with every girl in the world, it makes them want to go out and have sex with every woman that approaches
That's the
them.
bad Jones.
In fact, there are men who have 5 kids
said
with
just a
4
minute.
baby mamas,
Every
and I
child.
was thinking having that many baby mamas will eat away his financial security for the rest of his life. Are we right? Is that right?
I've had an argument with
That's
a
not everybody.
I had an yes, it is.
it's not.
I had an argument with
No,
a
it's
6th
not.
grader that thought that what's the guy in
this isn't my
Amigos
thought.
Offset?
This is just what people say.
He's got like 5
I mean-
different baby mothers, and I'm like, he's not this rich.
I mean, when we talking about the people that's in like the limelight, like you speaking hip hop as a whole, there's a lot.
Fetty Wap had Millie and his kids before he started rapping. Are you serious?
Yeah, see, that had nothing to do with rap.
And he was rapping before that. Are you?
YouTube.
I don't have children.
But
He
being
was
a
on
hip
YouTube?
hop artist definitely gets you the women.
Even the ugly ones. Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav. That's your
So
Lil Wayne.
unattractive.
Lil Wayne stay with a baby.
How many
That's
children
because Lil
does
Wayne.
have?
Nope, not gonna say it.
How many
I'm
children?
on there. I'll tell you later.
Ain't Lauren London his baby mama?
He
Yeah,
got a couple of
because
them, didn't he?
See, that's
He
the
got a
win.
couple of them.
Lauren London, that's the
Didn't he?
win.
yeah, you know what? He's probably
So
probably
what?
brilliant. He's
That's a
brilliant,
winner.
That's
but he
a win.
probably is doing
Yeah,
something
that's
else
a
to
win.
make him fall
Christine
in love.
Milian, that's a winner.
Well, that baby.
That not being fair.
Movie.
That not being fair.
Really?
Look, I'm just
We are
reading
with.
this on paper.
He doing something else.
What are they doing?
Anyway, next subject.
Alrighty.
Just having fun.
They getting
He
TV.
doing-
They getting TV shows and everything after the fact just for
Yeah,
sleeping
'cause
with a
they-
dude.
they-
So how do you know that he wasn't so busy as an artist and he got set up?
That's true.
Women to break.
That is true.
That's all I'm saying. Don't go bashing.
Don't get me started.
I'm just saying we bashing.
I'm not
out about-
bashing.
we
I'm just saying that maybe
I'm
Lil
up.
Wayne have some other skills. You know,
I
that
don't
maybe
know,
they
I
could
don't-
make him fall in love.
His
That's what I'm
name-
saying.
That's like conversation. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I don't know what you do in your personal life.
But
I'm just saying.
all I'm saying is like we always go at the rappers, but what about these women? There are some women that stuck by him, like Gucci Man lady.
Gucci Mane was
What about-
a whole different ball of wax.
No, but
He
what
was
about
just
that?
smart
That's a good
as hell with his
situation. Look
money.
at T.I. and Tiny.
True,
Good situation.
but he still cheated like a
Yeah, okay,
dog.
well things happen in life. Ain't nobody perfect. Look at Game and his wife.
Who?
Game, his wife.
His wife. He ain't married. He's a hoe.
Well, he had a show, didn't he, with a woman? I don't watch them shows, but didn't he?
Yeah, they.
3, 2.
We'll be back with Connect the City. Just a few moments.
So
Y'all
this,
can't put me in the middle to be like,
So-
man,
so-
that shit ain't no
you said you got that.
Oh, what she gave you, what she gave you.
I just wanted you,
She told me to say that.
and you didn't say it.
I did.
Woman,
And got me ate up.
you can't be doing that.
Miss got me.
I don't got no kids. How many pussy?
Okay.
I'm on live.
Not
That's
all.
why I whispered it to you.
Not all.
The real ones.
The winners.
What come join the winner's circle?
I didn't say that.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
comments,
It's the circle, baby.
Miss Omega are not necessary in the comments of Millie in the City.
Don't use my verbiage.
You're a good looking guy, man. Move away. Stop. You shouldn't smell good. You came on with some sweat and you smell like
Small girl.
What's the problem?
Not never seen that.
Gotta go out in. This boy is hot.
So look, guys, we have Miss Omega in the house. Y'all need to understand.
Can I show the real celebrity in the room? I'm just gonna show y'all real quick. Man, where is it? Oh! That man. I wish you could manage me, man. Man, I've been knowing this man all my life. I know this man before you.
Look, we got some thumbs up on that.
Yeah, I mean, right here, it's a little hot in here, y'all. Ladies.
Not in here. So we're
Jack.
moving. Yes.
Ask some pointed questions about rap.
Huh?
Ask some real pointed questions about the rap industry.
Okay.
Yeah, real pointed questions.
Y'all want me to take over the show?
No. You try it.
Y'all ready, audience?
Like what?
My fans are here.
Alright. So I will do the Millie's moment, and then you can speak on it because this is a huge one. We'll ask you. Because you know I got my list. Oh, all of them there.
From drugs.
No, most of them got shot. A couple of them, like Mac Miller.
It's been a real
Yeah, but I thought this was about.
It's been a crazy year for hip hop.
especially in Louisiana.
Now, you know what I'm noticing? A couple of them had heart attacks. What like Craig Mack. Man. Hey everybody, this is Millie in the city, your hostess with the mostest.
And this is JV Jones, the co-host with the most.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
Miss
can't
Omega,
even. I miss Omega.
co-host, co-ho-host.
Co-co-host?
Co-ho-host, not ho-host.
That's me.
Co-host.
What's your? Can you get a tagline for JV? Because hers just sucks.
At the real JV Jones.
Yeah.
No, but like
That's
a
all I need to say,
tagline.
right? The
I mean, everybody got that
JV
tagline, the real. Like,
The
and,
real.
and JV Jones, it goes perfect with
And
that.
she like the.
I don't think you don't want too much.
You don't want too much.
You don't want too much.
So mine is
just
too
enough,
much. The
you know what I
hostess
mean?
with the mostest,
And I'm the real JV Jones.
Exactly.
and you're the real JV Jones.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't need any more than that.
I don't need
We had the
no-
extra superstar manager over there.
You want a whole song?
I want a host. Yes.
Yeah, can you do a jingle?
I want a song. I want a song.
Nah, I meant. Okay.
I want a song. Connect the city. Do it. Let's get it right now.
Nah.
Okay, go.
All right.
This is
You want me to freestyle Connect the City?
You gonna freestyle?
I will, but not that Connect the City. So I got you. Of course, I freestyle. I like doing that.
Yeah. Cool.
You got to do something real sexy for JV, so she can say something like,
Sexy freestyles.
JV.
Freestyles are usually like just straightforward and to the point.
The,
You know,
we
might be
we had the
what I went through
freestyle
this
on
week.
earlier of yours, which was one of my favorites.
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive. It really was. Excuse me.
Tend to get that way at times.
Right. So we're going to get into Millie's moments. My biggest issue is that sometimes hip hop, dark side, say, hey, I want to go out and I want to shoot another brother. That's what they say. When brothers hear messages, I'm going to shoot 100 rounds straight at your face or try to run you down and catch a shot from an
Right.
that sinks into their subconscious that they want to go out and shoot another brother to earn street cred. My question is, Amiss, how often do you see exactly that?
I do, but not because of that. It's usually
Oh.
earning some type of, gang strike. It usually doesn't really have nothing to earn a street cred. And usually, me personally, have music has made me feel in the past when I've done some violent things in my past. It's like I was gonna do that anyway, maybe. It's just something I could relate to. So it's not always somebody saying something and somebody's like, oh, I would never do that. Then they hear music, it's like, I'm gonna go shoot somebody now. He probably is an aggressive person to begin with and probably has some history of violence. And this is just, now, I'm not saying it's right, but it's another way of looking at it. Like, it just gives him it's probably motivating a thought he already has or a feeling he already has or emotion he already has, Music has never made me do something I would not have done. If you're not going to do something, you're not going to do something. Most people. Then you got some people you got the crazies, but
Yeah.
and there's far and few when I really say crazy. But for the most part, people know what they doing when they doing something. It's just something that got them extra height. It's the frequencies. That's what I'm saying. It's like when somebody's speaking at you a certain way, you already won like their image. That's like got you locked in visually, and then like now you're hearing their voice. You might like their voice, and then you're feeling their frequency, their vibration, their waves, and all that, their energy, and you kind of become it. Basically, it goes deeper than just saying that somebody puts in a record and wants to go do what somebody says on a record. It's deeper than that.
I
Very much so. Trust me, I write music, and
really love you, but I disagree
I've controlled your emotions.
1000%.
I've controlled your emotions. See, frequencies.
Yeah, but not to shoot nobody.
But it don't matter. Yeah, there's different frequencies.
Right, but
When you turn on
I
the
disagree.
radio,
I'm
it's
so
different
sorry.
channels, right? Oh, I'm just saying.
JV, I disagree. Amiss, I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I agree to
I did not
disagree.
realize that music did that. I really didn't. Because if I hear Beyonce, I'm ready, okay? But I was in the club, and I could tell you which one, which will date me, some years back, and I was in the club, and they were playing the rap music years back. I don't know if it was still open. And a certain song came on, a rap song. And I've never seen anything like it. The men were extra hype. They were jumping up and down. They put the guns in, and they did all of these things because of that song. It was the music, the hip hop music that was designed for them to hear it that way, that got them so hyped. I had to move out of that Because I would have got trampled on.
Half them probably didn't even know what they was doing. They was following the bass and the beat had them caught up. And they was jumping around having fun and just doing a gesture with somebody. Rap is a cadence.
Rap is
Cadence.
okay, explain.
It is a cadence. You're an MC, you move the crowd, you control stuff.
Dark side of hip
You
hop.
gotta be clean, right?
I agree, though.
Sure.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can be you. Go ahead.
But that was it, though.
Make the ratings go up.
But that was it. You know, I'm just saying, this is another outlook on it. And I'm not speaking up for the violence of hip hop, anything like that. As a whole, I'm just giving it, pros and cons to everything. So.
I think I agree with Amiss on this one. I'm not going to say that it doesn't affect, but I would say if that's the case, I would think it would be more affecting children and
Indeed.
younger people than the older ones.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That maybe the mentality, it's just like that video game that I can never remember the name of it, where they're throwing you out the car and shooting you and doing all kinds of
Oh, the one that
crazy
everybody,
stuff.
all the young
Grand
black
Theft
men
Auto.
play.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Grand
Yeah.
Theft
Oh, yeah.
Auto.
Based off hip hop.
I remember I prohibited that from
All
the
the
house.
young black men play.
because-
Little white kids play that.
Yeah.
Little Chinese kids play it first.
Yeah, and
They
and-
get
Chinese kids are
and-
dying in the street.
Asians get it
And
at
so,
first.
me personally,
It
I
comes
would
from
say they probably
overseas.
learn more of the killing and stuff from things of that nature, where they're acting it out and they're doing all those kind of things. So I think for me, I'm gonna probably say I agree more with him. I think the
Ain't no
music,
hip-hop artists shooting schools up. Just saying.
Good point. That's a good point.
yeah, and I think
No mass shootings by any kids that bang out hip-hop music. Just
Yeah.
saying.
That's a good point.
And I think the lyrics are second. I think the music, like he said, is what really.
You saying the
evokes-
beats?
Oh yeah. They're enjoying the beats. They're enjoying the, it's almost like the African, the
My
drums
mom would
and the
dance
this
to
and that.
Juveniles back that thing up before she even really knew what that song was. And I remember one time we
I
was
backed it up.
me and my mom was somewhere and she had the clean version of Back That Thing Up Juveniles. And we was somewhere at like a restaurant or something and the DJ played the clean version, the regular version. She was like, I'm like, yeah, I got that CD. And she was just like, that's what he said. That's what she was like, I just listened to the beat. A lot of people just listen to the beat and they don't really know what they dancing to. Even some girls, I be telling them, like, you really know what you dancing to? Like, he's
I
kind of
gotta
like
dance.
dissing you
Don't
in
get
this
me
song
started.
right now. And they like, we don't care. We like the song. We out partying. We having a good time.
Okay.
And that's why they have a hype person. That's
hype
out
man.
there. Yeah.
But that what you're saying,
I think
50%
women have a
of
lot
that's
to do
true.
with
But a
it,
lot
too.
of
Okay.
it too is,
You
I
think women have a lot to do with it?
yeah.
Because the whole perception of what they like. The thug, the roughneck, the guy that's going to bring them excitement in their life, the one that can get them anything they want because he's slanging on the corner. So then a lot of these, just like Amiss said, some of them are perpetuating, some of them are not, but they're all trying to have that image because
Okay.
they think that's what
A woman
it's like,
wants.
and that's
Mhm.
what they think a woman wants.
Right.
Yeah.
So we want all of that. We want the disrespect. We want the
That's not a.
got you.
But how many
I think
times
with
have
the
you heard that a
disrespect.
woman wants a bad guy?
Yeah, we all don't we
All day.
all want one, and vice versa. But JV, you said something. You think more of the young people are kind of listening to it. Can you give me some age ranges? I'm just going to disagree with you wholeheartedly. I'm listening. What do you think? 21?
No, I'm talking young, like elementary school. Young.
Okay. So by the time they're listening to that, they grow up and die like Mac Miller. He was 26. XX Tenation, I'm probably saying it wrong, was
That's
gunned down. I said it right? Gunned down. He was 20. Louis Badass, shot. How was he? Smoke Dogg, shot. Jimmy Wopo, 21.
The name alone
Don't do that. I like Jimmy Wopo.
is Louis Badass.
The only people that are older is Young Greatness, and they just shot him. Then they shoot him in. Wait a minute, they shot him. They look to make sure they shot him outside of the Waffle House.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even go to the Waffle House.
You can't go. You can't go
It's just-
anywhere.
it's just
So
too sad.
I got this list just for people like yourself.
You should
And a
definitely
miss.
keep, protection
You gotta keep.
at all times.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Were they keeping protection on them back, like LL? Do you think he had a gap? Do they still call it that? Oh my God, they don't call it that anymore. I'm so sorry. What is it called?
We'll stick with the.
But you made a good point by saying that these guys are dying,
They're dead.
but they're not. They're already, like Amiss said, they're already of that mentality.
And not
It's
only
not
that,
the music
like I
that's
said
doing
again,
it.
the women have
They're-
like a lot to do with it too.
they're
like
in the
you said.
streets.
You gotta listen
They're-
to the R&B music the ladies is putting out, what they're asking of a man. You understand what I'm saying?
So are they
It goes
becoming
both
rappers
ways.
just to be,
No.
like, I read Young Greatness' story. I read his story.
But you gotta
So he
think
wanted a
about
better
this.
life.
Yeah, but
I read the
whoever-
story.
But whoever had him up probably wanted money, and that was his only way. Maybe be it from there. You gotta understand, like the women also R&B music got a lot to do with it too. It goes hand in hand. R&B. and
Are
pop's
you
the same
attacking
thing.
my R&B?
I'm just saying, a lot of women, if you listen to your Beyonces and them, like they're not talking about they want a man that ain't got no money, but they'll help them get up off their feet.
Yeah, we help y'all get off of your feet all
They
the
not
time.
saying that in music.
And y'all
The-
end up with
the
a white
women who
woman.
did say that, like the Erykah Badu's, the Alicia Keys, who's one of my personal favorites.
Yes.
They pushed them away for real. They let it be ran by Rihanna's and the Beyonces, and they telling dudes like, look, we want money, we want ballers, we want. I mean, look, her man is Jay-Z. Look how he speaks. Like if this what you gotta have to be this. So I mean, that's the image they put out. It's a together. It's both. It goes both ways.
But it's
You know?
selling. It's
Right, but
selling.
so Jay-Z
Exactly.
and
It's
what's
Beyonce
selling.
put out togetherness.
Yeah.
It's not even not together. Just some solo R&B, like solo R&B songs.
On a
where-
break.
We're gonna go to break.
Okay, guys, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. You're on with Connect the City.
See, I'm killing.
That-
But there's some female R&B songs that they just really
See,
go
now
at
it's starting to heat up now too.
No break here. No break here.
Time by your watch.
What time is it?
Time to break.
744.
Rappers just some of them these guys.
The part you're
Yo,
missing about
hey, why she
the
trying to
rappers,
Did she really break me in
part
and
that
bash
really
me
missing
tonight?
about
I'm
rapping,
bashing you.
No, I'm just joking.
the part
I
that's
got
missing
set
about
up
the
tonight.
rap thing,
No,
you look where these guys grew up.
They brought
Most of
me
the
in
rappers-
and tried to say
I
Grew up
respect
in the
you
hood.
immensely.
That's
No,
what I
that's why I'm glad
said.
y'all
And I
have me.
wanted you to have
Yeah,
come
but
here.
that's what I
That's
go
what
to
we
school
do.
and talk to the children about. That's why, like, what she said
they
about
grew up in the
it
hood.
affects
You
the
know, before we
children.
do JB's thoughts, we'll talk about him going to the schools. I completely forgot he did that.
No, but that's why I go to schools and talk to the children because that's where it starts. It's not doing
Yeah.
the adults. Like, they already lunching a while.
Yeah.
But just like I tell the people in the school, like, you don't mind your children, like, watching these goofy-ass cartoons and people jumping off buildings.
No, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? They jumping off buildings, like,
Right.
your kid jump and break his arm or try to do some shit like that. You don't be like, well, you're not watching cartoons no more.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
No, you
Exactly.
know, like, so I try to tell them, like, it's the same thing as, like, you gotta teach them how to watch a cartoon, or how to, just like you gotta teach them how to listen
gave
to
you-
music.
I mean, but even Elmer
Okay, a
lot of
Fudd
the
back
music
in the
is
day.
entertainment.
What
Like,
about old
basically, if
school
somebody
cartoons
lived a
when
certain
was it Elmer
lifestyle,
Fudd
and
who
they
used to
get-
shoot
I never did any of
shoot
that.
everybody?
You can go back and probably
I mean,
all
you
of
can
them.
look at
Yeah.
all the
All of them.
cartoons.
But I guess
They-
that wasn't my mentality. I just thought he was
Kids
funny.
was picking up guns
Including
before
the
rappers.
Flintstones, they were valid.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, all the cartoons have violence in it. So I'm saying at the end of the day, like, when
They
you really
talk
look
about
at it,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
all-
right. Matter of fact, I wish y'all
Of course they go put it on
so
hip
this
hop.
article
That's
that
America's culture. If you wanna
ex-drug
keep it funky
kingpin
like that, is
wrote
America's
about
culture.
the history of hip hop and why.
Nobody called in?
Hip hop is America's culture.
Yes, it is.
It is because it's our tongue. Like when people say you speak English, I speak like the way we
What does
speak.
this song
People
say?
frown on the way we speak, but it's not like the way we speak is a language. It's a culture. I feel
On the beat.
because I could
Right, if
literally
you
talk
would've-
to another
would've gone
African
over it, that's
American
a
and I
slow
can
song,
use
I know.
words that are English words to y'all call English words, but you won't understand nothing
Go
I'm
back.
saying.
Just go back. Just go
That's
back.
true.
Hip hop,
And use
hip hop
regular
freestyle.
words,
is on.
and we've had to do that to keep
So
our
loud.
tongue secret.
What you're
And
saying,
they
yeah.
did it from the slave.
gotta be
You know, all the way up
Always,
until now.
always.
Even
Welcome
before that.
back. Welcome back, everybody. This is Millie in the City. Your hostess with the mostest.
And I'm the real J.V. Jones.
See, there we go. See, we got to thank Warren for that.
got
We are
in
talking
trouble
about
for that
the
tech,
dark side of hip hop. We have the king of Virginia, rapper extraordinaire, Amiss Omega.
I'm going to correct you, the king of the DMV
King
and
of the-
beyond.
Oh,
Is it-
man.
Okay?
You just have to just
bother
hyping
me.
him up, though. You just
Uh-huh.
hyping
It's
him
all good. I
up.
gotta
Beyond, he the
better
king
not
of
come
everywhere.
bothering me.
And
I don't
beyond.
like to be bothered.
Yes, you don't
I
like
had
to be
the claps
bothered.
turned out and know you was
So we were talking about, you agreed with some of the things we said, but you
Indeed.
also put a different spin on the dark side of hip hop.
Got to, because I'm in hip hop. You know, that's my life.
This your life, your livelihood. Do you ever get a chance to go to the schools and talk with the kids? You ever get a chance to do that? Ever?
Yeah, so I always do. When I usually around testing time, and I go motivate them,
Oh,
before
wow.
they test.
Testing time.
Eagle Academy in Southeast DC is one that I go to often. I did some down in Woodbridge, Virginia, where I'm originally from, as far as most of my life. And basically, that was my thing, going there talking to them about how to listen to music and how to listen to the music instead of just telling the kids not to, like they would watch a cartoon or a movie
Okay.
or something, anything to that nature. I mean, like we was talking on the break, violence comes from a lot more than just hip hop music. It's
Yes.
just, they're gonna blame us for most of the stuff because I mean,
Of course.
hip hop music is mostly black African American men, and we're targeted. I mean, there ain't no secret,
No secret.
We're trying to get us up out of here. So, the best way to penetrate into our communities through our tongue, which is hip hop.
I agree.
They did it with the Native Americans, same thing.
Oh, we getting deep. We getting deep.
I'm just being real. If
That's
you really
true.
look at what they did, that's what they're doing with hip hop. I mean, they feminized the black man like in a matter of 10 years.
That's
They
a
turned
whole
that-
nother show.
Yeah, they turned like a strong being. Like hip hop, you used to have to stand up strong. Like we grew up looking at the older dudes. Like
I agree.
there was rules and regulations and morals and codes. Like all that's out the window now. So once you do that, then it leaks into the streets to people who's listening to it. Then it ruins the morals and code. That's why we're having this conversation today.
Right.
You know?
So, I'm just, is it up?
What are you doing?
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt the flow.
Flow. We flowing.
We good?
We
Flowing. We
Okay, cool.
Right, flowing.
What is it?
I was pop locking for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think it would take to change the stigma that's on the hip hop artists?
We need more of the black African American, business people and highly ranked officials in our industry to start putting their foot out there and sticking up for us. I mean, because from our level, we can't really do too much. We gotta eat, so you gotta kind of like balance. Like with me, I balance like what I will accept and what I won't, and I won't go into details about nothing like that, but just as a man, there's certain things I'm just not accepting. But then another man was like, well, I would do that to get I'll do what he won't do to get that. Now you got us out here like really, crabs in the barrel, pits in the pen, fighting and scrapping at each other, trying to get ahead, and they just sitting back. It's one big game for real, for real. When you know that, it's kind of scary, like, yeah, once I figured it out, I was already like, I was too deep in to like go do anything else. I put all my eggs in one basket, so it was like, people like, well, you should find something else to do. It's like, shit, I did this long, I'm not doing nothing else, that's what I'm gonna do. But at the end of the day, it's like, you just gotta find a way to maneuver. Like I said at the beginning, it's how you maneuver, It doesn't have to be this way, the way we're talking about, but a lot of these people, like a lot of them rappers you name, like Fredo, like he lived in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like their brother rate right now is hype. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people like these dudes ain't
These
coming
Louisiana, even South Africa, one of them's there.
Yeah, but if you look at all
HHP.
the areas, like even Young Greatness, he was in Louisiana. Like they get it popping down there. Like this,
He was on his way, and he was
Yeah,
on his
but
way to
still,
do something. I can't
indeed,
remember what they
but,
said. He was on his way
Also,
to
there
do
was a
something.
hurricane, and there's something that's going on down there that us not living down there don't see that. There's still a big problem down there because they
Right,
get sugar
okay.